Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is happening today, traders? God bless each and every single one of you guys. Today, we're going to be covering stock ticker AMC, baby. But before we get into it, I want you guys to sincerely slap the subscribe button for my man, Gary. Gary the freaking silly goose. All right, let's jump into AMC, looking at it on the quarterly time frame. Yes, that's right, the 3-month printing last quarter, the most green volume you've had since 2024, guys. You had a humongously green candlestick formation of 33.87% on the most volume that you've ever printed. Looking at where we are today, just coming off of a quarterly candle close of 93.88%, the most in a quarter since 2021, guys. Absolutely huge to see that as you go in to what would be a pretty tremendous test, right? Look at your quarterly RSI band. That's very, very close to kissing. Look at the last time you kissed, 381%. So you're seeing a lot of correlations between where we are now as well as where we are back in 2021. History repeats or does not repeat, but it does often rhyme, right? Looking at IWM, I'm going to get back to AMC, but IWM seeing a rejection off the 9-day EMA going into the bottom here. If this breaks out, you're going to see, most likely, in my opinion, AMC at 273 next week. If you break down, you will most likely see AMC at 194, right? So that's kind of the areas to watch for next week, I guess I would call it, for at least that I'm watching, right? I'm not a financial advisor. Do not do or act on what I say, but that's what we're watching for Amy on the week in terms of price targets and big swings next week, because Spider-Man, yes, that's right, Mr. Spidey has the Spider-Man Brand New Day, the next Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man film, which absolutely crushed last time, and it already has a massive... This is it, guys. Total box office potential, strong pre-sales, best first day in over 5 freaking years, guys. Already over 40 million domestic early on, and the hype point potentially, right, to 1.4 to 1.6 billion world freaking wide. As a realistic, if reviews and word to mouth are solid, some speculation eyes it as a potential MCU high earner. Even challenging No Way's Home 1.9 billion global haul. So absolutely huge freaking potential here. And keep in mind, guys, this comes out on Friday. So this is really setting up the opportunity here for AMC. If IWM sees that larger freaking breakout, guys, we can see AMC push going into next week, potentially up to 273. Same way that Toy Story really pushed this breakout, you could see this kind of very cyclical breakout after consolidation after consolidation. If AMC keeps having blockbuster freaking hits, and it comes at a very important time, right? Although you already had your technical golden cross, this is the moving average, or the SMA 50 crossing to the 200. I like to use EMAs because I'm weird, I'm edgy, and I think, for me, at least my trading patterns, they typically play out more often. Now, you guys do what you want to do, but you are very close to getting the 50 through the 200 on the EMAs, guys. So do with that what you may. You have the 200-day EMA currently sitting at 198 and the 50 sitting at 195. So if you do see that peel back in to fill the gap on the daily time frame, currently sitting at 205, expect that to potentially be tested, right? The upside, this is the gap fill that we're talking about on the top part of your screen, that 273 juicy freaking gap fill that we're watching on the daily time frame. It's very possible we filled this next week, considering the amount of volume that you saw last week for the bulls. Regardless of the daily close, on the weekly freaking time frame, guys, you have this 9-day cruising up. You closed above the 50. You're showing bullish momentum here, and you have a big catalyst coming next week. So we're hoping, we're freaking praying that this thing sees further upside going into next week, and I am bullish as all get out, as always. Now on the shorter time frame, guys, so you guys know how this thing may open coming Monday morning, you have a 10-minute little bit of a wedge. We'll see how this plays out, but typically these do reverse to the upside. We're going to have to wait and see, but this thing does look semi-promising, right? A little bit of barcoding towards the end of overnight trading, but TBD, right? On the daily time frame, we already know, right? Pretty shitty close, but 194 and 273 are our marks to watch. You still remain within this big falling wedge, guys, and the volume this quarter is going to mean everything, as the next quarterly close is in October, guys. Will you cross this RSI band on the quarterly time frame for the first time since 2021 of January? And will you finally break out of this macro falling wedge? Time will tell, guys. I want to keep this short and sweet. If you guys enjoyed it, please slap the subscribe button and please hit the noti bell. Until next time, guys, I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And as always, the best is yet to come. Let's freaking go.